So if these generalized principles work in every area of your life, they had to be in the tarot as well. For example, the hangman represents the law of lag. You had the idea in the justice card. Now you have to sit with the idea for a while before you get into action. Other examples of law of lag are, there's a 9-month lag period in pregnancy before the baby arrives. This gives you just enough time to work through things like reading the books and doing the classes and preparing the baby's room. There is approximately a 1 year to 1.5 year engagement period lag time before couples get married. In the car industry, there's a 5-year lag time before the car goes from the blueprint to the showroom. I think with mobile phones, the lag time is about 2 weeks. But everything has a lag time. Lag is a law of the universe. It is, and if it's law, it had to be in the tarot as well, and it is. Okay, back to judgment. Judgment is not only about being responsible for the self, but also for others. Your backyard is not just the 4 walls of your home and your property. The whole planet is your backyard. The trees, koalas, whales, you name it. We are all responsible for them too. The animals are the canary in the cage. If they go, guess who is next to go? And we need to do better because animals are going extinct more and more. We have lost 2/3 just in the last 50 years, according to a new report from the World Wildlife Fund. And who is to blame? We are. We are to blame. Human activities have caused many of the world's wildlife populations to plummet. Instead of lamenting about what is happening in the world, I choose to get involved and do something about it. And there are many things we can do to make a difference for the betterment of humanity and the animal kingdom. On the home front, do you use products that have no SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate? When I go shopping, I read the label. If it has palm oil in it, I don't purchase it. Are you recycling, cleaning up after yourself? Because if you are not, then someone else is cleaning up after you. Down to eating healthy. Are you vegetarian yet? Even if it's for 1 day a week, this will make a difference. In your environment, how often I have picked up broken glass and other rubbish off the ground while I walk my dog, Carlos. How often I pick up coffee cups, straws, cigarette butts and plastic bottles out the front of my shop, all the time. Making a difference in and around the home, street, community, the world. Think globally, but you act locally. Another point to make about the judgment energy is to always take the higher ground. Don't engage in the hate, in the gossip, the drama, the bullying on social media. I know it can be tricky to do, but that's why I get myself occupied with projects. Keeps me engaged and growing and working on problems, solving problems. I want to be a woman on a mission. I like to think of myself as a Renaissance woman, someone that knows a little bit about everything, keeping it big picture. I want to encourage you to do the same. Bucky also said to become a generalist, not a specialist. Specialists tend to get caught up in a bottleneck and then they've got nowhere to go. All my projects are higher ground, higher purpose work. And you know what else I discovered? Order will always win over chaos. And yes, the two work hand in hand, order and chaos. This is the black and the white pillars in the High Priestess, the grey pillars in justice, and even the red and the white cross in judgment. These opposites work together all the time. My projects called me and I made a stand for what I believe in, and I have received many rewarding hours of joy and accomplishments from my work. So in conclusions, in acknowledgements, yes, I've received many acknowledgements, but my work is not really work for me, it's my passion. I love how Dr. DeMartini says, let your vocation be your vacation. And it takes years to achieve your goals. With the Genie Foundation, 10 years into it, I said to myself, this is going to take a lifelong commitment. 30 years later, I'm still putting energy towards this project because it's the biggest world game I know to play. Electricity, energy is the basis to running industry, refrigeration, irrigation, sanitation, heating, lighting, so on. People in the developing worlds are a proud people like you and me. They don't want a handout. So let's give them energy. Let's raise their standard of living, and then the population growth will stabilize as it has done in the Western world. There is a direct correlation between energy and raising the standard of living. The whole planet deserves to be in a healthier state. And you have to also earn the right. This takes years of commitment and preparation. There is falling down, failing, feeling disappointed, learning to pick yourself up again and again. This is part of the process, learning, experiencing, and understanding what you're doing. But there is value in making all these mistakes. This is the left foot, right foot I already mentioned. And this also incorporates that lag period too. For example, Elon Musk, after he sold PayPal, he put all his money into SpaceX. He didn't have any money to pay for his rent. He had to borrow money. But look at him now. He is involved with battery storage and Tesla cars as well. So much incredible work, all for our future sustainable development. Arnie Schwarzenegger, at age 14, he knew he wanted to be a muscle man so he could play Hercules in the movies. 7 years later, at 21, they gave him Conan the Barbarian. And they said he would never be an actor, not with that accent. Then Arnie went on to marry Maria Shriver, cousin to JFK, and then he became governor of California too. Bill Gates, it took him 10 years to understand computer programming before he envisaged Windows. Maybe social media is to blame for a big part of it because they just show the end results of when someone's made it, of their success. They don't show the years of the lag, which is that effort, that blood, sweat and tears that goes along with it. They say when you make others wealthy, you truly become wealthy. And all these people that I've just mentioned, they're all doing work for others and the environment, and look how wealthy they are. So what is your vocation? What are you drawn to? Are you in action stage? Are you in lag stage? I trust I've answered some of these questions or at least have got you thinking, and hope you've got more questions. So thank you so much. So now I've prepared the tarot spread, just the 3 cards, High Priestess, Justice and Judgment. And I want to see what combinations come up for you, what stages you're in, and what your interpretations are. So Cheryl, I'll just stop the screen share.
Yeah, that's okay. What I'll do is I'm going to start allocating people to the rooms now. So if anybody wants to have just a 5-minute break to just get themselves refreshed and ready for doing readings. So is there anything you want to say, Rudy, Roanna, while I get these rooms ready?
Yep, so 3 people in each group. 20 minutes all up, say, maybe spend 5 minutes each. Maybe someone in the group to keep an eye on the time. And then when you come back in to this main room, you leave the breakout room. You don't leave the meeting, otherwise you'll hop back out of this session. Yep. Any questions? Mel's got a question.
Yes. Are we just using the 3 cards?
Yes, just the 3 cards.
Thank you.
There's many combinations. Yes, Doreen.
What are we actually asking in the spread?
What is your vocation, and you know, what stage are you in? Are you in the lag time or are you in action time?
Okay.
Of what your purpose, you know, are you playing out your purpose? Are you, your vision?
Okay.
Do you connect with the High Priestess more? Do you connect with Justice more? Do you connect with Judgment more? Are you that inner stage, still working on it? Are you organizing things, Justice, or are you putting them out there with Judgment? Yeah. Do you know how many rooms you need to create,
yep.
Cheryl?
Yep. I'm working through. We're getting close to.
Oh, there's Mira. Hey, Mira. Yeah. How did you go, Doreen? Did you unmute?
We weren't really sure about what we were doing, but we basically had similar cards: Judgment first, Justice second, and High Priestess third.
Ah, interesting.
So we picked another 3 cards to go with the High Priestess.
Okay. interesting?
Just to give us a bit of story, so it was the Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the World.
And that was for you, yeah?
But that was for me. Yeah.
And so where do you see that in your life? What?
Well, because I'm so passionate about tarot and I love teaching, I'm a continual learner with the Page of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups to me is where I'm very happy and contented with my intuitive abilities. And the World is suggesting that I could be successful at what I do.
Excellent.
You agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And the Page, I also get, it's an investment for you.
Yeah.
To, you know, put your money where your mouth is, and, you know, like get into action and to always be like a child too. Always be open like a child, because I find when I teach, I'm learning as well.
Yes,
You know, like,
exactly.
so that's beautiful.
Yep.
Anyone else would like to share? Kate, you're unmuted.
Yes, so mine came up High Priestess, Justice, Judgment. So I did 3 cards because I was in the same group as Doreen. I did 3 cards to put on to Judgment, and I got the Fool, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands, which I found quite interesting. So it's like, yes, there's, you know, a whole new chapter, you know, about to come, which I'm aware of, but not being quite sure about the hows, where's, why, fors at the moment as I go through this period of change. So could be a few options there. I'll just let it happen.
Keep the big picture in mind.
Yeah.